So we, first of all, hi, Cass.
Hi.
I just said on our last episode, I was like, tell everybody to send a message and let's get Cass on here.
Here I am.
We're sitting here talking in our little new studio with our couches and stuff.
Very nice, very nice.
We recorded on a video. And we were talking about how we don't do things on purpose. Right?
Well,
sort of. Well, I'll give this example. I'll say the exact example, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I'm at the office.
Yes.
A little bit ago. And I walked up to someone and I had only ever seen her behind her desk.
Yes.
Right? So I walk up and she goes, hi, how are you? And I said, hi. And I automatically went down to her outfit and her belly. And I was like,
her front butt.
Right? So I don't know if it was like creased weird or if there was like, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the pants, you know?
Yeah.
And I caught myself and I thought, oh my God.
Yeah.
I never body shame. I am not that
right.
kind. If I'm going to be mean, it's to myself.
Yeah, I can be mean to other people sometimes. And I really have no right to do that. But what did I say also is, why do people forget that you can see where their eyes are looking?
Yes,
that's what brought it up.
Talk about that. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And it's like you see these dudes and they're totally checking out these chicks' butts or boobs, or they're checking out your boobs.
Some just don't look away. Yeah,
and you're just like, I can see your eyes, you know. And then you even see people kind of like look into the side, like, I can still see your eyes. But it is like you said, maybe if you've never seen that person stand up before, you've only ever seen them sit behind their desk, or like you've never seen them smile big, so you don't notice they have teeth missing.
Right. Just anything. It kind of catches you off guard, but you don't
and then you're staring
rude.
at it, and you're like, oh God, don't stare at it. Don't be rude, you know? But then you know they saw you stare at it, and now they're self-conscious about it. Like, I know I get that way, so, you know. But most of the time, I really don't care. Like, I don't know if that's a good thing.
I feel like I wish I would care less because I don't intentionally do it.
Yeah.
Because I know me. I know I don't judge.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to judge you if you have see-through pajamas on that you've worn a million times.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Like at the grocery store?
Actually, I don't even know. Yeah, I wouldn't even know that I would judge. I would just be like, that's what they thought was their best outfit for the day. I think it would make me more sad than anything.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm a Judge Judy when it comes to that because maybe I don't know the situation. I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, I feel like we're all a little judgy, right?
Right.
We all say things, but there was that thing a while ago. Was it in a movie or a book where it's like the first thing you say in your head is what you were taught. And then the second thing you say in your head is what you really mean.
Yes.
So whether you're being judgy or racist or anything mean in general, like that first thought is like how you were raised, basically.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then the second thought in your head, like you were like, oh my God, why am I doing that? Why am I looking at her? Why am I freaking out? I mean, like you said, it took you by surprise because she was such a small girl.
Yeah, she is a very small person.
She is a small person, but those pants made her kind of look a little weird.
It was funky. I should say just funky, like not smelling, just
you know,
looking.
yeah.
Right? Like,
and so at first you were like, oh, that's weird. And then you're like, why would you think like that? You're not a mean person.
Right.
So there you go. Your first is you're raised. Your second is the true you.
Yes. And then I'm like, did she see me look? Did I just, was she worried?
Absolutely.
Because I know
Probably.
I would. I notice that people look at me a lot. I'm tall.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people look at my short pants because nothing freaking fits me. So you can see my mismatched socks. Right?
I feel like I dress comfortably enough because either I look like this, which I'm wearing my work clothes right now.
It's like a silk shirt. And,
Mm-hmm. Or I'm just like in a t-shirt. So I'm comfortable, you know? And I'm wearing jeans or shorts or capri. I don't really wear shorts, because my legs are very white. But, so it's like I dress comfortably. I don't think I necessarily dress like trash. I don't want to say that. That's judging, you know?
Yeah.
But I very rarely go out in public in my pajamas. I think the liquor store has seen me in my pajamas more than anybody else has.
Yeah. Well, it's right down the road. I mean, you're not going to change to go right down the road. It's less than a block.
On a Sunday morning,
when
I need a bottle of champagne for mimosas, they know I'm coming in hot, But yeah, so it's like I feel like if you're gonna judge me, like I usually have makeup on, I shower every day.
You always look nice.
And I'm not,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in my pajamas, so judge away, I guess.
So accidentally judging someone's appearance can happen because our brains are wired to make quick assessments.
Yeah.
I just looked this up on ChatGPT because I'm curious about this because
Right.
now I need to know why I did it, right?
Right.
Based on visual cues.
Yeah.
And exactly what you said. Your first is how you were raised, right? It's an automatic reaction rather than a conscious choice.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So it says here's what happens and why. So you have a surprise factor, which is exactly what happened to me, right?
Yeah.
If someone looks different from what we've experienced,
yes.
new haircut, unusual outfit, there we go, right there.
Yeah.
Virtual background that changes their appearance, right? Like maybe they, something like that.
Like you talked about your hair.
Yes.
In your Teams meeting.
It was big. So like even today I knew we were going to be on camera and I feel like you can see my little like wings like that stick. I have very, very short hair, right? It just doesn't grow. It just doesn't grow anymore, right? And so I put a headband on to be on camera for the clopin.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't want like wingdings, I call them.
Wingdings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Facial expressions give us away.
It's so bad. I try to
terrible.
fix my face at all times and just like be pleasant as I can be.
Yeah. We have an unconscious bias.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's the way we were raised, right? It's like a built-in bias based on past experiences, culture, social norms, right?
Yeah. You think about like your learning years, right?
Yeah.
Were you the mean girl? Were you the shy girl? Were you the nobody?
Right,
So that's...
Were you bullied?
Yeah. I feel like that's what taught you how to react as an adult, right? So...
And you have snap judgments, right? Because that's just how you were.
Unfortunately, yeah.
How about social expectations, it says?
Well, that's like I say, I try not to go out in public in my pajamas, but every once in a while.
Yeah. I was always taught when I was younger that you got to go out with clean underwear.
Yeah.
And you probably should look halfway decent just in case you get into a car accident or anything like that. You want to make
underwear
sure.
For real.
So I do think about that very often.
Yeah.
Those are always clean.
Yeah.
Unless I get into an accident, they may not be clean anymore.
Well, I have heard a lot of people pee their pants or possibly poo their pants.
Absolutely.
When they get into a car accident. So
our secret squirrel from the other podcast, I remember something had happened with someone that she was going to get arrested because they stole something.
Yeah.
And the person was sitting in the office and they crapped. So she called the store director. She goes, "Hey, can you come in here for a minute?" Because the whole room stunk.
Ew.
And she made him go in like as a joke. And it was funny because I think he deserves it because he's a piece of shit. But anyway.
That's funny. I have heard also, if you are aware that you're going to be in a car accident, if you're going to be hit, you should try to expel everything. Pee, poo, and oxygen.
Really?
It hires your...
adrenaline?
Well, it gives you a better chance of not damaging your internal organs if they're all empty.
No kidding.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true. I just heard it somewhere.
I almost feel like the adrenaline would just do it anyways.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if we ever, I don't know how we even got on this, but I wonder, you're a paramedic, right? Or like you're like Timmy, right? Like Julia's Timmy. And, you go to a site and you're thinking, I think blood, cuts, gore. Like, I never think pee, poo, vomit, right?
Yeah.
Tears,
whatever,
guts. I don't think of that kind of stuff. But I know that whoever's listening, if they're in that field, they're like, you just do it. You just get used to it.
What about
right?
houses, hoarder houses?
Yes.
I've been seeing a lot of hoarder TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And like this lady was like shitting in buckets and pissing in buckets. And just like, leave the bucket there. Yeah. And like 5 feet away, she's like eating dinner.
Right.
And the guy's like, "Do you not smell it?" And she's like, "Well, it's kind of like musty, right? Like from all the dust and dirt." And he's like, "No, it's the shit,
Yeah. Or when they have the dead animals in their house.
Ew.
Right? They find the dead cats or and they can't
throw up.
Sorry. Then I would judge.
Yeah. That is probably an okay time to judge a little.
A little bit?
Hoarder houses?
Yeah, you feel sad and then you judge. Like, come on, you can do this, right?
Right.
The nice thing is, I feel like when we watch those shows, it's usually someone that really cares and wants to fix it, but who knows what happens after that. We don't see the after. Like, where are they now?
Yeah.
I would love to. Where are they now, hoarders? Can we get that out there? Is there a show out there like that? I would
don't
love to
know.
see that.
We need one of those.
I do like clean TikTok.
Yeah, me too.
Cleaning TikTok, hoarding, cleaning TikTok. Yeah. I love that. I always feel bad for the floors, but usually they clear the floors, they clean everything, and sometimes they have these beautiful wood floors.
So nice.
Oh my gosh, I was on Rich Talk.
Oh.
Hoarder Rich Talk. It's like, how did this even happen? I shouldn't even be on this because neither of them are me. Yeah. But they cleaned the whole house, and this house was gorgeous. Yeah. Like huge, like, what are they, cathedral
ceilings?
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful hardwood floors. I'm like, wow, they just like shopping on Amazon, I guess. I mean, good for companies,
I could
bad
turn
for
that
the house.
Way. If I won the lottery, I'd probably have a hoarder like garage at least, where I just like bought whatever I wanted and like threw it in there, not needing it.
Yeah. Years ago, we had someone that cleaned our house, and he had a hoarder house, but she was a shopping hoarder, so everything was clean.
Yeah.
But he said that he would run the vacuum down the hallway, just one little quick, and he'd have to kind of move the boxes, but it would just be boxes piled up in the hallway of just shoes and clothes and all that kind of stuff. She would just shop online.
That's crazy.
So why do we get surprised by unexpected things? Our brain shortcuts. It's our brains that rely on patterns and predictions. So if something doesn't match what we expect, it throws us off.
Yeah.
So then the face, right? And then the face and the eyes and and maybe a startle or anything like that, right? Because our brain shortcuts.
Yeah.
So it says. We have a fight or flight response, as I think a lot of us know about. It's a small jolt of surprise, which is what happened to me.
I was just going to say.
You're
like, oh, hi. And then you like turn around and run away.
Yeah. And then we still had to like walk down the stairs together. I was like, awesome. Oh gosh. And she's the nicest person. I did not mean it, but I do feel bad about it. Social conditioning, like you said, right?
Yeah.
If we associate certain looks or behaviors with specific roles.
Right.
We might instinctively react when someone breaks the mold that we expect.
Right.
Which, who's to say that... Right?
Well,
who's to say that we're the mold?
You are formed into this person.
Right.
I feel like, I feel like that explains a lot, that it's just our instinct, our reaction. You can't really help it. I don't know. There's got to be people out there. Like, I always think of like the show Lie to Me.
Oh,
where he just sits back and reads your face. There are people that are able to do that. We are not them.
Right.
I could never be, I've always tried to be the person that doesn't overshare. That's one thing about successful people, I believe, is they sit back and listen.
Yeah.
Where these other people just like run their mouths and overshare and then tell too much, and then it's like, oh, okay, now I know who you are as a person. You just told me all of it.
Yeah.
I think detectives use that strategy also.
Sit back and listen.
They just kind of sit back and wait. People don't like uncomfortable silences, so they'll fill it in with whatever information they have to fill it in.
I would say guilty people, right? Yeah, Can we add that in?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people.
I feel like if I didn't do anything wrong, I would just sit there and be like, what are we waiting on? And,
yeah.
Because what are you going to talk about? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah, but yeah.
And I do talk a lot.
I think everyday people, like, I feel like our boss is the type to sit back and watch and see what you'll say. Mm-hmm. Like, he doesn't even have to ask, or maybe he'll ask you a question and then let you say your answer and sit there silent for a minute and see if you have to keep talking to fill in that silence. So, I don't know.
You know what that reminds me of? What Women Want. That movie, long time, right?
Yes.
Mel Gibson. Where the two ladies that work as his assistants.
Is that the chick from
Yes,
Twister?
Helen Hunt.
Yes.
Oh,
we're good.
Sarah's going to be so proud of me.
We're so good.
Two Chicks Talking Flicks. Go check her out. I don't think we've ever mentioned her on Anxiety.
Okay.
She'll be so proud. Or she'll text me and be like, it's not Helen Hunt.
No,
it's
it is.
Blah. No, it is. It's Goldie Hawn. No, it's not.
No, dang it. Now I can see Goldie Hawn in that role.
No, so What Women Want is he can read women's minds, right? If you haven't seen it, many probably have. But the two women that are his assistant, they have nothing going on in their brain. What they say is what they mean.
It's just...
Because he listens to them and then they just go, wow, you look very nice today.
And there's nothing there.
That's it.
They have nothing in their brain.
I would love to be that for a few days. Give me a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I would love to just say it nicely, be polite like they are, and then not have anything else in my mind because my mind is always going.
See, I feel like I'm like that, but I'm not. I
know I'm not.
I have a lot going on in my head too. Because, and I know I do, even though sometimes I feel like I ignore it a lot. When I wake up in the morning, I am immediately, either singing the last song I heard on TikTok before I went to bed, or thinking about that movie that I watched, or thinking about the tasks I have to do for the day. Like, it never stops, it just might not always be very important things, but it's always going.
It's always going, right? Mine is always going. Even in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I'll wake up and all of a sudden I'm thinking of something that's just so like out there. I'm
that's
like, what
so
are you
wild.
doing?
Yeah.
My brain does not stop. I just watch shows. The TV is always on. Like my phone is always on, the nanny or something.
Yeah.
Although every once in a while her voice will wake me up and then I'll get mad at myself for watching that show. But I can't watch anything scary.
You got to turn on like Forensic Files, where he talks like this in a monotone.
You know what? I have vivid dreams like my mom, though.
Oh, gosh.
So I would dream what they were saying.
I do feel like whatever I have on TV influences my dreams, too. Yeah.
This is going to be way too much. But I think I had something that they were talking about, like a bathing suit or something. And the nanny or Golden Girls or something. And I had a dream that someone was like, you really need to like shave. You know what I mean? Like... But what needed to be shaved was my chest.
Stop!
You know? So I looked down and it was like, so I don't know if I had a conversation with someone, if it was something that had to do with the show that was on, but I have these vivid, and I wake up and I look down, I'm like, no, I don't have hair on there. And I hate hair. I hate hair. So
that is so funny.
It's crazy. It just brings
my God, you would have hated my legs yesterday. I knew it'd been a while since I shaved them. Oh my God.
That sounds like winter.
Yesterday we're in the Midwest. It was the first I came home and wanted to put on flip flops.
Oh yeah.
Have not painted my toenails all winter.
Stop it.
Shorts. Have not shaved my legs all winter. I'm like, I need some maintenance.
Yeah, I do too. I'm like, I take showers every day. You know.
Yeah.
Spring will be something different.
Yeah.
So. What if we feel bad about accidentally making someone feel uncomfortable because we see it in their face? Like, I feel like I accidentally went and looked, and sometimes I do look. Or for example, I thought I had the cutest outfit on last week at the office. I had these cute, they were not quite capris, but that's the style right now, is to have shorter pants.
Yeah.
And they were black and white. They're plaid. And I had cute little socks on and these cute shoes. And a person was walking past us in the hallway and staring. And I know he was looking at maybe how short my pants were. I guess I can't assume, right? Or maybe it was the socks. Maybe the shoes didn't go with the pants. I thought it was great. And then it caused me to look down and go, what is he looking at? Yeah. Is he looking at my legs? Is he looking at my hair?
And honestly, he could have been like, I got to pay the vet bill.
Right,
I can't forget about that.
Right? And I stared at him like, I wonder what he's looking at. And then I looked down and I looked back up and he was just watching me walk. So it could have been anything.
Or he could have been like, damn, that girl is fine.
Okay. It could be 10 different things, right? We don't know. It probably was the vet bill. But so how do we get over that, right? Because it doesn't mean that we're a bad person. That guy's probably not a bad person. He just maybe has better taste than me. So he was like, this girl doesn't know how to dress. We recognize it's human nature, right? Our brains make automatic judgments, like you said in the beginning, and accidents happen. It's just because of how we're wired, right? As my mom would say. Should we just acknowledge and move on? Or should we talk about it on a podcast?
I mean, I feel like talking about it on the podcast is very healing for everybody.
100%.
Right? Lets everybody know they're not alone in doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry I looked at your front butt. I didn't mean to do that. Right. I think your pants just look kind of weird there.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that. It's going to make it more awkward.
Absolutely.
We're going to move on.
Me, a couple years ago, would have definitely made it awkward. I would have been like, oh God, I didn't mean to look there. Like, I would have been like, I have no filter.
I feel like that's why I love you as a person. Absolutely.
Or you know what I would have done? Cute pants. And then I would have even made it more that I was looking at them.
Yeah, but that might have made it okay.
Maybe I should have said something like that because they were cute pants.
No,
Yeah, see, I don't know.
Don't do that.
All right, so if we feel bad and we want to learn from it, we try to reframe our thoughts, right? But how can you? It's just natural to be like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just know when you wake up at 2 a.m., she probably didn't even notice.
Right, like I'm still thinking about it. We're still talking about it.
She did not
even notice, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And if anything, like she was like, "Oh wow, that girl likes to look at crotches." Weird.
Well, that would be definitely weird. That would, because I don't. No. Nope. Let me check again. Nope. Don't.
No. Okay.
How about this next one? Learn from it without overthinking.
Impossible.
We won't even have to talk about that one. And then it says redirect your energy, which is what we're always about. Just redirecting yourself. So not to worry about it.
Just change the subject.
Again, you're not alone.
You're like, anyways, what are you thinking about this fake spring we're having now?
Right, exactly.
Weather's been great.
Self-compassion for yourself. It's just an accident, right?
Yeah. Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Be good to yourself.
Yes. Absolutely.
Be good to yourself and everybody else.
What's that song? Be good to yourself. What's that song? I don't even know.
I don't know because he's saying it in like
it's totally
the Candyman can.
The Candyman can. That's Willy Wonka, right? Yeah. What is that song? Shoot. All right, we're going to end with this because what's the song that goes be good to yourself? Well, who is it? By Journey? Oh, yeah, by Journey. Be good to yourself from 1886. It feels like that.
Woo.
Back in the 1900s of 96. So now go listen to that. But I have no idea what it's about. It's on the Raised album.
It's not. Don't stop believing.
No.
Is that Journey?
Yeah.
I think so, right?
It says, running out of self-control, getting close to an overload up against a no-win situation. Yeah, don't go and listen to that one. I'm wrong. Oh, maybe it is good, though. Because then it's going to say, be good to yourself. Like, don't pressure yourself.
Under pressure.
Under pressure. That was at Queen, right?
Yeah. Or Marky Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
Under pressure.
Yes,
Doom,
that's
doom,
right.
doom,
That's
doom,
right.
doom. Anyways, didn't he get copyright?
Probably.
Yeah, right? I would think so.
Yeah. Whatever. Judgy.
They just be taking people's songs back then, not
You know
even
what?
caring.
There's so many that sound the same. I want to mash
Sampling.
them up. Yeah. I want to mash them up
Ooh.
because there's just so many out there.
Yeah.
We'll have to do that one time.
Lay 'em all at once.
Yeah, we're just going to mash them all up.
Okay.
Well, thanks for listening.
All right,
I'm so
see you
glad that
guys.
you joined us. We were just sitting here and I'm like, you know what? We're doing it. We're doing it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Come back next week, all right?
Okay, I'll do it.
Bye.
All right, bye.
you.